It's Thursday, January 27th, 2011. I'm Rim.
I'm Scott.
And this is Geeknights. Tonight, it's burger time.
Let's do this.
Which is happily nothing like Goofy time.
Hooray.
Yeah, we're back. We kind of didn't do shows after MagFest and kind of before MagFest for a bunch of reasons.
Well, it's all, you got incredible snowstorms, so it's not nice to go outside.
Yep,
And
multiple blizzards.
Even when it's not snowing, it's really cold. You don't want to go outside.
I've been skiing. We had MagFest.
And MagFest, which is incredibly cold. And
One
you don't
thing I
want to
can
go
say about
outside.
MagFest is that, aside from our MagFest show, a 4-day convention. Remember, Otakon was like, hey, think we're going to do a 4-day convention again?
No.
Never.
Oh, no.
It wrecked me about as much as it wrecks the staff, I think, going to a convention for 4 days.
Yeah, 4 days is a bit much.
Like, I
especially
remember-
24/7 4 days.
Yeah, like Saturday
Plus,
at
the
MagFest.
thing is, it's like, you can have a lot of extra fun on that one day. Even though we showed up late on the Thursday, there was still a lot of extra fun
Well,
because,
We showed up late on that day, but it didn't matter because there was the 12-hour line.
I'm just saying, but you get a lot of extra fun out of those hours, because there's a lot more hours in there than you realize. But it's not worth an extra vacation day, right? The convention
It depends.
The convention has to be ludicrously awesome
PAX.
for it to be worth.
I would go to a 4-day PAX.
Yeah, but I mean, what could they really put in that one more day?
One more day of playing board games.
I'm just saying, but I had a day of playing board games at MagFest,
Yeah, but at the same time, we played board games with a lot of friends, and it was difficult to convince strangers to play. Different culture. But anyway, we're back. We're bad. The Geek Night schedule is resuming mostly, though we got a bunch of crazy stuff coming up, but we'll get to that. Mostly PAX.
Yeah, PAX is coming, immediately followed by ZenkaiCon. And then it's going to be a break, and then there's going to be more conventions.
Yep. So you got any news? I mean, it's Thursday, and, stuff's happening. There's chaos in the Middle East. There's
there's been so much news since we last did a show that I had so much news to do, but all the news is I wanted to save for the other days of the week. So I'm like, what news? Thursday is the day where you can do a news that normally doesn't fit. So I got to find a news that doesn't fit. So I figured, well, Thursday is the book club day. I'll do a book-related news. How good is that? So apparently, Ted, Technology, Education, Design, who does all the TED Talks and the conferences and the TEDx's and all these things.
Yep.
You've seen the videos on the internet, I hope. If not, what the hell? They have now introduced TED Books, which is a line of books that have the TED logo on them, and featuring people who gave TED Talks and are TED-type people. And so there's books with the TED logo on them, big deal, right? Well, one of these books that they've already announced is particularly interesting is called Beware Dangerism, Why We Worry About the Wrong Things and What It's Doing to Our Kids. And this book obviously talks about how, people, mostly parents are like, oh my God, can't have a kid walking outside of, without me outside also.
I lived in Detroit, and I rode my little bike a quarter mile to get to the school.
Right, so it's like, how even since we were kids, this dangerism mentality has increased a ton. And since my parents were kids, it's increased even more a ton.
Well, Scott, as Pete taught us from playing Danger Patrol, the real answer is to maximize danger.
Right, but I mean, it's the thing is, right, is like, like, for example, my mom used to just walk to school when she was way little, and, but now she is, right, she has the dangerism mentality. She did it, but she wouldn't let me do it, right? So it's like, how does that happen? How do you go from doing something to then,
Of course, many of those things have often been that way. I mean, how many people's parents smoked pot when they were young and would not let their children smoke pot?
Right. But, the thing is
well, it goes along with
people
the
have this
thing.
people have this impression that the world is more dangerous now than it was, when the reality statistically is that the world is far, far less dangerous than it was.
Yep. Well, it's like people say, oh, there's so much more pedophilia now and like child kidnapping.
No, there isn't. There was way more pedophilia back in the day, and it's just now whenever there's one pedophile, they make a huge story about it. Whereas back in the day, it was like a pedophile. Well,
there is a very telling statistic that was reported in the Dallas News last week about how In 1969, I believe 15% of children were driven to school by their parents.
All right.
Today, that number is over 75%.
Whoa.
Just straight
that's
up.
a big change in a very 20, 30 years.
Granted, my parents drove me to school
40
every
years.
day until I was 16 and started driving myself. But the reason they did so is that the buses were just like it was basically Mad Max, and I didn't want to put up with that shit.
I always took the bus. It was just fun.
Yeah, my school district, it was Mad Max.
All right.
At least in middle
But see,
school.
that's the thing is, was it really Mad Max? Because all those parents, that 75% of parents driving their kids to school, they're all gonna say it's Mad Max on the bus. I got to drive my kid, or they're gonna say it's not convenient to wait for the bus. I have to leave the house.
A lot of kids
to get
got
to
broken
work.
noses on those buses. There were fights regularly. I was involved in some of the fights.
I fought on the bus, but I kept going on it.
Yeah, well, I broke a kid's nose when I was in middle school.
There you go. That's what
Yeah.
you're supposed to do on
Yeah.
the bus. What's the problem?
The other thing was the bus took for fucking ever. So
Really?
my parents
I didn't take that long.
My bus took about 45 minutes to get me home because it made stops every 5 feet.
No, on the way home, I was like, the bus always gets you to school on time. It's
Yeah.
not going to get you to school
Unfortunately.
late.
Why was it never late on the way to school?
I'd never been late to school on a school bus.
Plus, the other kind of, I don't know, maybe conflating factor, at least with the bus thing, is that before I could drive myself, I did stuff after school. Like I was in clubs. And if you were in anything, if you were in school more than 5 minutes after school ended,
You needed a ride home.
yeah, there was no bus. There was one bus that went to the entire, every part of the entire town. And it took 2 hours to get you home. So screw that.
Oh, wow. I think our school had I don't remember which school had it, but
Late bus?
I think there was a late bus, but I don't remember if I ever successfully used it.
See, part
or
of it too
not.
was there in high school, at least where I grew up, there
But the
wasn't.
thing with a late bus is you actually had to get on the late bus, and
Well, there wasn't a lot of demand for the busing because once you were in high school, almost everyone had a friend who drove to school every day and would drive them or would drive themselves. I mean, the school's parking lot was as big as IBM's parking lot was.
school parking lot was always big troubles of fighting. There weren't enough spots.
Yeah, ours was gigantic. The thing is, you have to park I don't know, a mile away from the school.
So
if you got there
RIT.
late. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
However, me being smart would just get to school an hour early and then do all the homework that I didn't want to actually do. Copying it off of other people in the band room before school.
You were giving up sleep though.
I was giving up sleep, but then I made up for it in class.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I feel like the dangerism thing is a valid concern. And most people say, oh, you're just saying that because you don't have any perspective anymore. It always feels like things are different when you're older.
No,
and
it's
you'll
the
complain about
statistics. I've looked at all these statistics. All the statistics are probably in this book, right? You don't have to take
Well, look
it
at the
from my
evolution
word.
of the playground. When we were kids, our parents said, yeah, playgrounds were way more awesome. And they could back that shit up by pointing out the dangerous shit that they used to do.
I went on fast metal slides and metal jungle gyms.
But think about this. Our parents said playgrounds were pussified. We now say playgrounds are pussified. I can point out things I used to do that are gone, and our parents can point out things they used to do that are gone.
Mm-hmm. Seesaws, spinny wheel thing.
But I'm not that
merry-go-round.
worried because this is a pendulum, and I think it swings back and forth. Look, now there's a movement of reclaiming playgrounds that's really moving. Have you seen the playground over in Vernon Jackson those kids play on?
No,
It is way more awesome than anything we had as kids.
Death spikes.
And it's super dangerous. But
lava pit traps.
yeah, lava pit trap.
Oh shit.
But while it's super dangerous, it makes up
Tarzan
for
rope
that
over the lava pit trap.
with a piece of technology.
That's greased.
The surface, as a kid, you could basically jump off the top of the toppest thing, land on your head, and be mostly okay.
Yep.
I couldn't do that. I'd land on asphalt and break myself.
Yeah, that's what. But you didn't. You lived.
So anyway,
I jumped off of lots of tall things, and I was just fine.
So Ted Book,
yeah, Ted Book.
that was your news.
Yeah.
So this is old news that for some reason is in the news again, but there were some recent movements on it. None of the movements were good. The old news thing I don't want to talk about that much, other than the fact that it's weird how old news seems to come back from 2 years ago, because 2 years ago everyone ignored it and suddenly everyone loses their shit, even though it's the same news, same situation, nothing's changed.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, courts have ruled that Dungeons and Dragons is not allowed in prisons because it threatens prison security.
Really?
Quote, it can mimic the organization of gangs and lead to the actual development thereof.
Hey, prisons! I got prisoners. If you're the kind of prisoner who plays D&D, all right, and you just got your D&D taken away from you by the guards, all right, send me an email, all right, or a letter, because I know you can write letters to people in prison, right?
I'll mail you some Burning Wheel.
I will mail you some Burning Wheel, or some other RPG that is not D&D.
I
and
imagine
it will be all
part
good.
of this is they're sitting around playing D&D, and here's what the warden hears. I shiv him. What do you mean you shiv him? I backstab him.
Flurry of blows. That's for the shower room.
But what bothers me is another statement from the ruling, quote, during D&D games, one player is denoted the Dungeon Master. The Dungeon Master is tasked with giving directions to other players, which the guy testified as saying mimics the organization of a game. Now, by that logic, education in prison mimics the organization of a gang. The warden mimics the organization of a gang.
Yep.
Pretty much anything mimics the organization of a gang, except
why do you keep saying
there.
game?
Same gang.
When you say gang, you sound like you're saying game.
Gang.
You need some more ang,
So-
like tang.
This bothers me on another level. A more fundamental problem is that role-playing is probably one of the more constructive things people in prison could be doing.
Well, I mean, they could be role-playing a bank heist.
Even so,
and then
even so.
practicing for the real
What is
real
one of the
deal.
most common causes of violent behavior in criminals, especially not that intelligent, kind of low-level criminals? A lot of studies show that it has to do with a lack of empathy and a lack of an ability to see things from other people's perspectives. What could help that more than telling someone to play someone else with different motivations?
I don't think that's what they're doing, though. They're probably doing hack and slash D&D, which is miniatures game.
Even then, it's a constructive, harmless activity that keeps them busy. They have to do math. They got to roll dice. They have to deal with failure.
Yeah, of course. It's just, the judges have no idea what that is. Just like when judges judge in technology, they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, and it bothers me.
And the lawyers don't go. No lawyer actually, knows enough about D&D. And the one thing that really upsets me, right, let's say if I was Hasbro WotC, right? That's who's really to blame here. Because, I mean, you can't, lawyers don't know what D&D is. They're just doing their job. Lawyer doesn't know what it is, right?
Yeah, why hasn't Hasbro filed an amicus brief
WotC, they got to go in and got to be like, look, you guys have it all wrong. This is what D&D is. We make D&D. Here's the truth.
I'd go one step further.
We're going to explain this shit to you.
I would try to sue someone under some sort of defamation grounds.
Possibly. I don't know if you can, but
yeah, but
I'm not a lawyer.
I would argue for it.
Yeah.
I'd make a huge role-playing
I would definitely,
in prisons campaign.
if I was Hasbro or WotC, they definitely have their own lawyers. I would definitely be telling them to look into it.
Plus, maybe not D&D. Take some other role-playing. In fact, I will bet that in the same prisons that have banned D&D, there are support groups and mandatory counseling sessions for maybe violent offenders that encourage role-playing.
There might be.
Yeah. It bothers me that, I mean, the prison system in the U.S. is fucked up anyway. And on top of that, it's fucked up generally. It's fucked up at its core. It's fucked up at the top. It's fucked up conceptually. And it's fucked up in every individual detail.
Yep.
Like every possible thing that could go wrong is going wrong.
There are some details that are correct.
A few.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't just leave people to die in a gutter like they used to. I'll save this. I got a thing of the day about.
We let them play basketball.
I got a thing of the day about a prison. Yeah, but there's a referee.
Yeah.
Gangs.
I know. Coach.
I can't get over. I picture a player now sitting there.
Coach
He's like,
is the gang leader.
I picture a Luke Crane kind of gamer trying to run this game for like 4 hardened Adebisi looking thugs, and the guy's like, he's not getting the sword. I shiv him. I shank him. I don't know. Yeah. I just have this image. I feel like College Humor should do a skit.
Yeah. But yeah, we should definitely send, find one of those prison letter sending things and be like, hook them up with the indie RPGs.
Yeah.
It could become a thing.
Actually, one step further. You know what?
Then we could design a game, an RPG specifically for people in prisons.
I'm going to go one step further.
And it could become so popular in the prisons. And then once this game is wicked popular in the prison,
it gets banned in the prisons.
No, you sell it to the public as the game that is popular in prisons nationwide. It becomes a cool thing, right? Or banned in prisons across the U.S. Play this game.
I think what I will do, because
and then when those guys come out of prison, they're gonna want to play it with their their homies.
I'm actually a long-term
people who aspire to
shareholder in Hasbro. I'm gonna write a letter to Hasbro. I'm gonna write a letter to Hasbro as a shareholder and say, look, you got to get on this shit.
And people who aspire to be prisoners will play the game practicing.
I don't think that many people aspire to be prisoners anymore.
All the people that are in gangs that aren't in prison yet.
I don't think that's aspiration so much as the results of a failed shank check.
It doesn't matter. People
Or possibly a successful shank check that was linked into a failed prison check.
People, thugs who aspire to a life of crime, they will enjoy a game that is, a prison kind of game. Maybe we should make a prison role-playing game where you play prisoners in jail and the GM is the guards. Or maybe there's guards and prisoners and it's a role-playing game with rules.
So, things of the day. It's a college humor, but it's from the vault.
It's always college humor.
It's from the vault.
With you.
And I wonder if anyone remembers it, but it's something really cool. It's not quite skiing. It's not quite hang gliding. It's hang glide skiing or Swiss ski flying.
It's a little dangerous.
It looks wicked dangerous.
And is there a video of a guy doing it?
There's a video of a guy doing it.
Does he hurt himself?
Nope.
What?
There's a video of a guy doing it.
How's that a thing of the day?
Not only is it a video of a guy doing it, but it's a video from the perspective of the guy following him also doing it. And I made this my thing of the day because I watched it and it made me make a decision because I ski, but I'm not a great skier and I ski mostly just for fun. I think I've decided to get hardcore. I think I've decided to get real lessons and try to become a for real skier.
So you're going to become a hang gliding skier?
My goal, my literal goal is to, at some point in my life, do what is in this video.
Well, you will die.
This might be shit talking or death talking.
Death talking.
But I'm going to go for it because I'm young enough to... This is pretty much my last shot. If I don't start toward an extreme sport now, it'll never happen.
There's guys who do the extreme sports when they're older.
I gotta train now. I'm at the last few years where my body might survive a serious injury.
Call Red Bull. They'll help you.
I'll just call Red Bull. Be like, look, I want to get from what I am now to that. Will you sponsor me? Can I quit my job and do that?
And start base jumping.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the ski flying. It looks less dangerous.
Maybe less dangerous.
It does look less dangerous.
What could be less dangerous?
I don't know. I get this impression. Anyway,
base jumping's like the first extreme thing you have to do.
This is a pretty crazy video. Now, the first thing is bungee jumping. That's the lamest. That's like the bottom of the extreme scale.
Whatever.
Anyway.
Same shit.
So what do you got?
So somebody made this thing that is, it's sort of an idea that's sort of obvious, right? But they actually did it, which puts them on top. And also they found a way to do it on the way cheap. What they did is they made a thing called the Pirate Box. So what the pirate...
Is it full of gold?
I wish. You go on Amazon.
Leprechaun universe is well and good.
That's right. And you have them in the pirate universe.
Anyway.
So you buy Pirate Lunchbox on Amazon, right? And then you buy like a little wireless router thingy, a little network card business.
All right.
And you buy a little USB stick. And you buy, where's the list of stuff? You don't have to buy that much. It comes out to less than $100.
So then I get a lunchbox with a pirate logo on it and some tech inside of it.
Right, and basically what happens is it's a wireless access point. It even has its own internal power. You buy a USB battery pack thing. And so then anyone who searches for wireless networks will see Pirate Box. And if they connect, right, this thing's running Linux. So what'll happen is any website they try to go to, the website won't be there because there's no internet connection. It's just you connect it to a box in a lunch pail. And what you'll see Pirate Box. And what the Pirate Box is you just can upload files to it and download files from it.
I'm surprised no one made a commodity version of this sooner.
You didn't actually make a commodity version of it. You had to make your own, but there's instructions.
Well, it can be made with commodity materials. Nerds can just make one and throw it out there.
Yep.
I like this idea a lot. I feel like I should make one and put it...
I'm gonna make one because we got conventions coming up real soon, and we're gonna need it.
We should know what we'll do. We'll bring it to every panel we do, point out its existence in the pre-talk before we actually do the panel, and just say, hey, anyone wants to put anything on here? You got a question?
Okay, so here's the things you need. You need a free agent dock star. You can also use a GoFlex or a Pogo plug, okay? You can use an Asus wireless router.
Scott, I got it. This is what we'll do.
A USB flash drive.
Scott, I got it.
Pirate Lunchbox.
Let's both build one, right?
Okay, so we have two.
And then once we've got them going, we will start a contest. 6 months later, whoever has gotten the coolest thing uploaded onto theirs by someone other than themselves wins.
All right.
Let's go for it.
And then a rechargeable battery pack. So
I'm all about this. I don't know. I'm not going to get into my whole someday we'll have ubiquitous wireless internet that then leads to some sort of cultural revolution. But anyway.
No, but the thing is, I think this is step one, right? For under $100, you can make one of these. The next step is to find a way to get some mesh networking going on with these.
Yeah,
right?
where a pirate box finds another pirate box.
Yeah, where the pirate boxes network with each other, and then you connect to one pirate box, and then you can, request files. It'll be like sort of like libraries. You can request a file from another pirate box,
The third step would be if you could make a double pirate box that also gets an internet connection from somewhere.
I think the point is that you don't want an internet connection because you want to make sure it's anonymous and there's no.
Oh yeah, but you could make another one that is basically you'd run a pirate node that a pirate box could connect to, and then people could tunnel through and do their nefarious evil deed, and then there's no record of how they got there. Because they ad hoc. They basically are behind 7 pirate boxes.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Whatever. But yeah, I'm going to make one of these guys.
So, very briefly, the meta moment. We were at MagFest 9.
It's over.
If you were at MagFest and you did not fill out the MagFest 9 panel survey, you should do this honestly. We will go back to MagFest if they invite us and pay for us like they did this time. And if no disaster happens between now and then.
Yep.
Like MagFest collapses or it's on the same week as PAX or something.
Next upcoming convention is PAX East.
PAX
Followed
East.
The week following is ZenkaiCon.
So PAX East, we are doing not 1, not 2, but daddy 3 panels.
Oh, shit. 3 hard whirling panels.
And our friends are doing a whole shit ton of panels. There is going to be this network of Geeknights and Friends panels. You could basically plot a course through PAX.
We're going to have to make like a Geeknights suggested programming list.
Yes. Oh my God, yes. But we are doing the triple threat, which is 3 short subjects in gaming. It's basically 3 20-minute panels in one panel. Like bam, bam, bam.
That have nothing to do with each other. Like we're not going to wrap them up or sum them together or anything like that.
We're going to start the panel like it's a brand new panel, stop it, pause, start another panel.
Yep.
It's going to be awesome. We're doing game mechanics and mechanism design again by popular demand.
We only did it once at PAX West.
And it's our best panel, hands down.
And now it's
right
PAX
now.
East.
Yeah.
Who made that panel?
Scott made that panel.
That's right. Scott makes the best panel.
And we're doing a brand new panel, one of my panels, totally brand new. We'll see how it goes, called Playing Games to Win or Winning Games.
You should just call it Playing to Win the Game.
I forget exactly what it's called. I got to look in the schedule. But basically, it's the you play to win the game
That's
panel.
right.
I'm looking forward to that one, too.
That's going to be good.
Luke and Jared are doing some stuff. Going to be all up ins.
Yep. Lots of people. Anyway, also, other news is...
February 11th, upcoming Friday, there's a Nerd NYC board game night. There is also a Nerd Night in Brooklyn. And we might go to that instead of the board game night because once we go to one of those, we already set it up. We're probably going to run some of our Geeknights panels, shortened versions of them, at an upcoming Nerd Night.
Yeah, we're trying to do a lot more New York kind of stuff.
Yep. So if you do anything and have a venue in the New York greater metropolitan area and you want Geeknights, Rim and Scott, me and Scott, to do a live show, email us, geeknights@frontrecruit.com. I'm not guaranteeing we'll come, but we will at least consider it.
The book club selection is...
Michio Kaku's Hyperspace. I'm about 3/4 the way through it.
Yep. I also want to remember in the meta moment to mention you should go to frontrecruit.com, which is our website. A lot of people don't go there. Ever. You should. A lot of people don't follow us on Twitter. You can follow Geeknights. You can follow me personally. You can follow Rim personally.
We tweet out everything of the day. We also tweet out old episodes that you might have missed because the RSS feed only goes back like 100 episodes, and we've been doing this shit since 2005.
Yep. You can go to our forum, which you can get to from the website.
Our forum is one of the best and least shitcockery-filled forums on the entire internet.
The forum has had a lot of new users lately and also some increased activity. Make sure when you apply to the forum that you type in the box that says, why are you joining? Just type in some actual English words.
You have to prove that you're not a robot. I've denied a lot of people who were actually people.
We're not going to use a CAPTCHA. We're going to,
You have to pass a Turing test. You've got 1 paragraph to pass a Turing test.
You can write as little as 1 word, but I mean, you have to make sure that's a damn good word that proves that you're actually...
I think the cockboat
Remember,
would suffice.
whatever you write in there, I am reading with my eyeballs, or Rim is reading it, and if we are convinced based on that you are a human, then we will say yes. It doesn't take much. But if you write something like, I wanna, that's not enough. You have to write something like, I'm a Geeknights listener and I want to join the forum. That would suffice.
So we're at the 5 Napkin Burger, which opened up recently in Queens. It's a chain, but it's a good burger.
Yep.
And I remembered how much I fucking love burgers.
Well, I mean, we always don't want to do a food show because it's sort of like the zombie show. It's so requested. I hate doing it, but the burger is like perhaps the most important food in the United States where we live.
Let alone in New York City, where the burger joint is like this stanchion of society.
Well, I mean, New York, right, I guess is still mostly known for its pizza, right? But I think because the burger, right, was mostly relegated to fast food and also to barbecues, right, in the summer, that, more recently people have been able to make a lot of money by coming out with burger restaurants that serve high-quality burgers.
Because you can get a high-quality burger. Like, you can go to, like, a Stuff-on-the-Walls place and get an okay burger. And a lot of steakhouses have really awesome burgers.
But in recent years, the quality burger place that is, it's like fast food because you get a burger fast, but it's not actually a fast food piece of shit McDonald's burger. It's a real serious burger.
Of course.
It's become very popular. And in New York City, it's become so popular that there are so many choices in competing places that it's like a thing. Like even Nerd NYC has like a nerd burger event where they go to a different burger place all the time to try them all out,
So a lot of people call us out and try to say that we're too harsh on Five Guys. They're like, what do you mean you don't like Five Guys? Five Guys sucks balls.
Five Guys doesn't suck.
All right, I'm going to qualify that.
It
Five
just
Guys sucks balls, but there's an asterisk. Because we live in New York, Five Guys is like the bottom of the non-fast food burger.
Right, so here's the thing, right? So compared to, say, McDonald's or any fast food
well, those
place,
aren't burgers. That's like saying Taco Bell's a taco.
I'm just saying, right? Five Guys is better than all those by a lot, right? So if you're in, a suburb somewhere and there aren't a million awesome burger places like New York City, Five Guys is probably way better than anything you're going to get other than your backyard, right? It's probably even better than like what you're going to get at TGI Fridays or Stuff on the Walls.
And it's okay. Like, Five Guys is the same level as like a Bill Gray's burger.
Yeah, the thing I don't like about Five Guys is the default double burger, right?
The thin little burger.
Yeah, the burger itself, even if you get double, is like this thin little sad kind of guy.
That crappy McDonald's feeling bun.
Yeah. I mean, the bun is not the greatest bun. The French fries are all right.
They're okay.
And the peanut shtick with the peanut oil shtick, I can do. That's
However,
cool.
I do not have enough okay French fry potato options. I need more carbohydrates at that place.
Yeah. But yeah, Five Guys, if you want to beat out all, like, it's basically the bottom of satisfactory.
Well, I would say it's the bottom of still a burger. I mean, we got the 5 napkin right here, which I had never actually eaten one before, and I'm recently very impressed with it.
Well, 5 napkin, right? I mean, this is the thing, right? You can't. Is it really fair to compare
it's
a burger
a
at a sit-down restaurant to a burger that you can take out? Because it's like, well, I mean, they could. 5 napkin could make that same burger if you waited there for, to make it, because they actually made it real fast. It came out right away.
Yeah.
And let you take it out with you. They could do that.
By the same token, Capital Grille sometimes has burgers. Is that going to compete? I mean, is that fair? Peter Burger?
I don't think it's fair to compare a place that is a takeout specific place, that might have a few tables for lunch people versus a place where it's only wait service.
All right, so let's do just takeout then, right now.
All right, so just takeout?
Because also what kind of brought the interest back is Luke Burridge, our awesome Courage Burridge juggling friend, was in the city for a while just hanging out. And he went on a quest to find the best kind of just burger joint in New York. Yeah. He ate like every goddamn burger, and everyone gave him recommendations.
Well, not but he did eat a lot.
I'm proud to say that my recommendation won.
Yep.
The Schnippers.
That's the thing, Schnippers, right? So let's look at Schnippers for a second. So Schnippers, you can get a takeout there.
Yep.
Right? But it's not like it's not quite fast food takeout. You can sit at a table and put a little number up and they'll bring your burger to your table.
Like, it's a step down, but barely a step down from 5 napkin.
Yeah, it's like this in-between kind of situation. It's not a sit down with wait service, but you can sit down there and they'll bring your burger to you. It's almost like the difference between McDonald's drive-through and it's more akin to the 50s where you'd pull your car up and then a girl with roller skates would bring it to you.
Oh man, that reminds me when I was a kid in Michigan, right? We still had A&Ws.
Uh-huh.
You basically go in, they had the drive-through, they had the roller skating waitresses and everything.
Yeah, there are places like that still out there, just as many as there are drive-in movie theaters.
Shitty-ass burger, the crappiest fries in the world, and a pretty damn good root beer float.
Yeah, you can't mess with the root beer float. It's A&W. They make root beer. That's what they do.
Granted, the root beer is high fructose corn syrupy now. And
of course.
I don't know if it was when I was a kid or not. I don't know if I knew better.
But do you think they're still using that corn syrup at the actual place?
Probably.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah. Oh man, I miss those days hanging out at the A&W. Those are some shit burgers, let me tell
Yeah.
you.
But I mean, now,
Awful.
so, you've also got places in New York now. You get the burger trucks, right? And
Yeah.
you've also got places that aren't specifically burger places. They're like generic deli. You can go to any generic deli place and ask for a burger.
They'll make an okay burger.
You can get one, and it's actually pretty cheap. Usually a good deal.
Way better than like the default burger at a generic diner.
That's for sure. All right. So it's like you just go into a generic deli place that makes breakfast sandwiches and boar's head subs and everything, and ask for a burger, and it'll be not bad. I've had it plenty of times.
I gotta agree with the Luke Burge though that the Schnippers is the best kind of takeouty burger there is in New York, at least. Like, it's the best one I've ever had.
You haven't had from this one truck though that I've been. I mean, the thing is, there's so many burger trucks, and I'm pretty sure some of them might be better than this one that I go
There's
to.
one that was by Bryant Park like a couple weeks ago that was pretty damn good.
Which one was it?
I don't even know. It was just a burger truck, and I was like,
What
damn,
did it
I
say
got a burger.
on this? What did it look like?
I don't know. It was a burger truck.
You don't even remember the name of it or
No,
what
all I
the
remember
truck
is
looked like? What color was it?
It was red, and it was one of those driving like the whole truck. It wasn't a cart. It was a proper big-ass
That's
truck.
what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, the one that I go to is called Frites and Meats, right? And, their meats are excellent meats, very excellent meats.
How about the frites?
The frites are actually not that great. I'm not a big fan of the frites. But
Yeah, a lot of places fuck that up. Like Good Burger has great burgers, crappy buns, and their fries are like McDonald's fries.
So here's the thing, right? Their buns are these unbelievable buns they get from like a fancy bakery downtown.
Unbelievable.
You get like the potato onion or the brioche. Oh, snap.
Oh man, brioche burger's almost unfair.
So then the cheese they get from the famous Murray's cheeses. So you can get the Gruyere or whatever fancy cheese you want.
What's with Gruyere? Like
it's
coming up,
popular lately.
It's like the rising star of cheeses.
I know. I would have invested in a Gruyere dairy farm if I would have known. But yeah, so they got awesome meats, awesome buns, awesome cheeses, right? The thing is, it's a little expensive, for just a burger, right?
Well, how expensive? Because
like
I mean,
$8-9. It's good. It's
that's
good burger
fine.
price.
That's fine.
And the frites are not, they're not bad, but they're not amazing. They need to be a little more potatoey because they're actually frites. They're not French fries, right? But the thing is, they give you these. You can get a little sauce for your frites, 50 cent.
See, it's hard to impress me with that though because I can go full on and get poutine.
Shit. Where are you gonna get it from?
St. Mark's. There's like 10 poutine places right around.
Yeah, but that's
there.
not near your work.
No, not near my work. Nothing.
Yeah. But
oh my god.
They got they got this like garlic aioli you can get for your frites. Or sun dried tomato.
The only
shit.
thing I want more than some poutine in Midtown is at fucking DeBella's.
DeBella's. We need that big time. But yeah, so like there are some people they're just really kicking it out there.
So what's your burger? Like what's your burger? Like your go-to burger?
Go to?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have a go-to burger. I get whatever I'm in the mood. I change
Yeah.
my mood all the time. The main things that I care about, right, in terms of quality are how the bun holds up, right? Because I'm holding on to the bun to eat the burger, right? And if the bun doesn't become all soggy, that it greatly, greatly enhances the burger eating experience.
That's my main complaint other than the fries with Good Burger. The bun basically like squeezes the burger out of it. Like you touch it and it falls apart.
Yeah. So you got to have a solid bun that holds the burger inside because then the whole eating experience, I don't get my hands all greasy and it becomes so much better because then I'm able to eat it properly.
Of course. I have found I like really messy burgers. Like I kind of like things like pizza burgers, sloppy joes.
I don't know if I like a pizza burger so much. I mean, I guess it's all right.
Thing is, most pizza burgers are shit because they're their high school cafeteria tier, or they're at a diner where they're just a normal burger with some marinara. But a proper messy burger, you've got to eat it. You've basically got to go into that burger saying, I am not going to wipe off my face or hands until I'm done. I am going to eat this and I don't give a shit. Then you can enjoy it, but only then. Yes. Otherwise, you're going to go bite, napkin, 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 bite, napkin, napkin, napkin. You're going to whip out the knife and the fork, and it's not going to be a good time.
Whatever. I mean, I like to go sometimes for just lettuce, tomato, onion. That's it. I like the onion.
I like the pickle.
I don't like the pickle. I'm not a pickle fan.
Very rare I'll get a burger without a pickle.
I don't like pickle. I mean, I like pickles, but I only like certain kinds of pickles, which is usually not the kind that put in a burger.
I like the
pickle on the burger doesn't make it good. It makes it worse. It's no good.
I think my favorite, like, of all the burgers I've ever eaten, other than the burgers Lisa made that one time at James's house back at RIT, oh my God, those burgers, was the that Banyo burger down in Wildwood.
Oh, shit.
That Banyo burger
I forgot. I wasn't
good.
even thinking about the freaking Alumni Grill. I don't know if that can be beat.
Because the Banyo burger.
I think Alumni Grill might be best ever.
We brought this up on Geeknights a couple of times. It is a thick burger on a good bun, and it has got this kind of like green pepper jalapeno sauce and cheese. But no. It's not just cheese. cheese sticks. It is
right.
fried cheese sticks in
That's
the place
right.
of cheese.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like Alumni Grill, their meat isn't the best meat in the universe, and their bun isn't the best bun in the universe, but it's good. It's real good.
The closest thing I've ever had to that is there's this one like chili sauce burger at Schnippers. Other than the fact that it doesn't have cheese sticks,
But
it is basically that burger.
But the thing is, like one of the burgers that I like to go for is the barbecue burger, right? You know, and they got the barbecue burger, but it's half chicken, half burger in the same sandwich. It's
That's too much. It's
too
too
it's
good.
the best. Oh, it's so good.
See, I'm usually the barbecue burger I'm leery of, but then again, I usually get it.
Why would you be leery?
Because I always get it like
Get
a
some
diner.
bacon and barbecue in
Yeah,
there.
it's always bacon, barbecue, and A1 or some BS like that.
No, A1 actual barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
You get in there.
Of course, if you're gonna get the barbecue, go one step further. Get the Worcester burger.
No, not really.
I like the Worcester burger.
No. I'm not a big fan of Worcester.
Not a fan of mushrooms unless it's a big portobello.
I like.
It's
I mean, if it's a portobello, that replaces the burger.
Yeah, I guess I don't like a burger that has like chopped mushrooms on it.
No, not really.
But a burger that
I like mushrooms, just not in a burger.
But a burger that is a beef patty and then a portobello,
No, you gotta have just if it's
Now you gotta go double.
If you got the big mushroom, you don't have the burger is out. It
Double.
replaces the meat.
It's basically a double decker.
No, I don't like a double decker.
I like a double decker.
Nah, 2 meats is too much meats.
Because I like the patty
It's
melt.
weird, though,
Or
like-
the patty melt club.
It's weird though, right? See, here's the thing with the meats, right? If you actually get 2 burgers on there, even if they're small, right? So let's say you get 2 quarter pounders on the same bun.
You get
right?
that extra like half bun in the middle.
Well, no, you don't need. Even if there's no half bun in the middle, it doesn't matter. So you get 2 quarter pounders in there, right? The thing is, there's outside burger and inside burger. So you're doubling the surface area. So the outside charred part of the burger, you're getting a lot more of, and the inside part, you're getting a lot less of. So a double burger with 2 quarter pounders, I just can't even eat that. But if you give me a single half pounder, right? That I can go for. I can even do a single, well, maybe not 3/4 of a pound, right? I mean, Fuddruckers has the 1 pounder, right?
I ate a 1 pounder once.
At Fuddruckers?
Yeah.
The big like thing that's as big as like a personal pizza.
I ate a 1 pound burger and I was just fine. However,
You didn't eat anything else?
I was in high school when I could pull shit like that off. I mean, I think I've recounted the famous story where me and my friends were kicked out of a Pizza Hut for abusing the all-you-can-eat buffet.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's like, because the half-pound burger, right, if cooked properly, the outside will be charred, the inside will be all juicy. So it's not like you're eating a double burger. So I can stomach that.
I don't know. My favorite burger
Plus,
recently, though.
too much charred food is going to give you pancreatic cancer.
Yeah,
right?
whatever. I'm fine. I'm willing to put up with that risk.
All right.
Kind of like how I occasionally still eat cooked sprouts, even though I know it's dangerous. But every time I eat it now, I think I'm basically skiing down a double black mountain of sprouts. Am I okay with this? Kinda.
Kinda. You're gonna hang glide off the double black mountain.
Yeah, that's why I'm eating sprouts again. Because if I'm gonna risk my life doing dangerous shit, sprouts can't be more dangerous than a double black diamond.
Yes, they are.
Depends.
You'll die instantly.
Pete'll jump in. He'll yell at me.
Yeah.
But that 5 napkins, I'm worried because it's closer to my apartment than I thought. And it's also next to the movie theater. And they have this root beer. Well, it's actually like a ginger ale.
They
rum
actually serve the
float.
milkshake properly there.
Yeah, with the malt thing. Like,
What do you mean malt thing?
Because usually I used to go to malt shops when I was a kid. And the malt shops would bring you the milkshake in the shaker.
That's what you call the shaker? It's a metal cup.
Yeah, they called it the malt cup because they made malts in the malt cup. If you got a shake as opposed to a malt, they made it in a regular blender. But if you got a malt, they made it in the milkshake blender. They called it the malter.
All right.
Anyway, they bring you that cup.
Yeah, I mean, when you make anyone who buys a milkshake machine, it's this little thing that comes with mixers and these metal cups. And when you get a milkshake, they're supposed to give you the metal cup, pour a glass full of milkshake, and leave the remain, because the metal cup holds like 36, some ridiculous number of ounces, right? So they're supposed to leave the metal cup on your table so you can, refill your milkshake glass. But a lot of places don't do that. They're cheap asses, and they just fill a little glass, probably a tapered glass, and with like 16 ounces of milkshake, and that's all you get.
Which is fine, because I don't need that much milkshake.
No, I need the whole thing.
I don't need the whole thing.
No, I'm paying for that. Because I'll charge you the same amount.
That's
charge
fine.
you the same-
I
no.
will pay more for less because I want some milkshake.
No, I
crave
want the
milkshake.
whole fucking milkshake.
I don't need the whole milkshake. It's too much milkshake.
No, it's exactly the right amount.
Way too much.
It's
Granted,
the right
Scott,
amount.
you're not as much the appetizer guy as I am. Because, look, we went to 5 napkin, right? I got that. I wanted that milkshake, and I got the milkshake, and I got my big-ass burger, and I got fries, I got a lot of stuff.
I got all the same stuff. I had the burger and the sweet potato fries.
But lately, I'm really feeling that default 5-napkin burger.
It was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was.
But I'm craving, because I haven't had him in like 6 or 7 months, Sloppy Joe. I think
Sloppy
it's
Joe
time.
is not a burger.
It's a burger.
No, it's not.
It's a burger-like device
No.
that I put in my mouth. It makes burger happen.
No, listen, the Sloppy Joe. I mean, you can make a Sloppy Joe burger where you put Sloppy Joe on top of
Oh my
a
God.
burger. Right? But a hamburger needs to have a patty of ground beef that is then cooked.
So is like a patty melt a burger then?
Does it have a patty of ground beef?
Yes.
Is it then placed between 2 pieces of bread?
It is placed between 2 rye bread toasts.
No.
Toasts.
No.
You said bread. You said pieces of bread. That's fine.
They have to be actual bun.
What's the
breads.
difference between bun and bread? Tell me right now.
I'll tell you the difference right now. A bun, right, is simply a roll.
And
that
then you
is
can't
cut.
pull that bullshit with your brioche burger.
A brioche, you can make a brioche roll and cut it in half.
So what's the difference in a roll and a bun?
A bun is a roll that's been cut in half.
All right. What's a hot cross bun?
It's cut 2 times.
Cut 2 times? It's not cut, it's just cross.
Right. No, but it's a cross bun because the top of it has a little cross in it, and it's hot because it's hot. It just came out of the oven. It's a hot cross bun. Anyway, if you use a rye bread is not a roll, right? Unless you take a whole loaf of rye bread and cut it in half, or make a rye roll. I don't know how you'd make a rye roll. Make a really small rye bread and cut it in half. Because it's all about the crust, right? Because a roll is a whole bunch of crust in sort of a rounded shape, whereas a rye bread, the crust would only be around the edges, and you would actually have inner breads on the top and bottom.
What if I take a rye bread and I cut the top and bottom off and put a patty melt inside of it?
You just make a small rye bread in the shape of a roll, which would make it a rye roll.
So is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, so I make a patty melt like that. What about the patty melt?
Would it still be a patty melt?
Sure.
Are you sure? Would it?
Yeah, because you really... well, the trouble is a melt is basically make grilled cheese and put a burger in it.
All right.
That's a melt.
But grilled cheese doesn't go on a roll. Grilled cheese goes on 2 slices of bread.
Yeah, but what if I make grilled cheese, but the back of each grilled cheese, the outside part, is the crust of a rye bread? Now I've got a patty melt burger.
But then no, because it's not a grilled cheese if it's not 2 slices. It would then be a roll.
It's 2 slices, but the backs of both slices are crust.
No, those aren't slices
Why
if the
not?
backs are both crust.
But who says it has to be slices to be a grilled cheese? I've made grilled cheese with the ends before.
No, okay, so then how about this, right? You buy a cheeseburger. Is a cheeseburger not a grilled cheese? There's cheese in there. It was grilled. It's
no, because you have to grill
how
the cheese.
How is a cheeseburger not... How is a cheeseburger and not a grilled cheese with meat?
It is a grilled cheese if you heat up the bun on a griddle with butter and melt cheese into it.
They do that, and
yeah, then it is also a grilled cheese. If I'm eating this food, it now has the tags. It's like free market. Tag, burger, tag, grilled cheese.
No.
2 tags.
It can't be both.
It can be both.
You can't be a cheeseburger and be a grilled cheese sandwich.
You're stuck in this
because it's not just a grilled cheese; it's a grilled cheese sandwich and a
You're stuck in this old world nomenclature, this hierarchical bullshit. Meanwhile, I'm using a hip modern tagging system.
Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's what it is.
Anyway.
Oh my God, I'm so hungry.
So we could talk about burgers for like 100 years.
We should stop.
Probably.
I'll say this. I'm so hungry, and in like 5 minutes, I'm going down to Spin, which is like this high-class ping pong club.
You're going to Spin? What the fuck?
Yeah, second time. You know what? Company's paying, too.
What?
And you know what?
For
Spin,
what? Why are they? What's this occasion?
Celebrating the fact that I still work there.
Just for you?
No, for my department, that we all still work there.
All right.
Yeah, company president, fancy affair. And you know what they got there? They got sliders. They smell like they have that onion that White Castle has, but it's real goddamn meat. They're basically real meat White Castles.
Not a fan of the
These are damn good sliders. These sliders have pickle, onion, lettuce, tomato, ketchup, mustard.
Yeah. First of all, I don't like mustard, right?
Yeah, well, fuck you.
Second of all, the thing with sliders is a lot of they don't,
They're not burgers. They're sliders. I will give you that.
It's just not, they can't replace a hamburger.
No, they can't. But if you eat 10 of those things, you're not so good at ping pong anymore.
That's
This has been Geek Nights with Rim and Scott. Special thanks to DJ Pretzel for the opening music, Kat Lee for web design, and Brando K for the logos.
Be sure to visit our website at frontrowcrew.com for show notes, discussion, news, and more.
Remember, Geek Nights is not one, but 4 different shows. Sci-Tech Mondays, Gaming Tuesdays, Anime Comic Wednesdays, and Indiscriminate Thursdays.
Geek Nights is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license. Geek Nights is recorded live with no studio and no audience. But unlike those other late shows, it's actually recorded at night.